You're a good girl, you really are. Staying there awake and not all peep out of you. Come on then, let's get your breakfast. Well, looks like your daddy's taken off for good, don't he? Well, if he has, we'll just have to manage without him, won't we? There you are. Just a minute.
Mrs. West, is this very inconvenient? I'd like to have a word with you.
No, okay. It's in a bit of a mess. I only just got up. It's a bad night. Don't worry about that. Do you want a cup of tea?
No thanks. What I have to say won't take very long. Perhaps you didn't know that we have a rule here that these rooms can only be used as private residence and not for any business purposes.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, I have reason to believe that you are in fact conducting a business here as a hairdresser.
And where'd you hear that?
Well, I don't think that's really important.
It is to me.
No, what is important is that if you are conducting a hairdressing business here, you must stop at once. Otherwise, you and your husband will have to leave.
I am doing hairdressing again, but I go out to clients.
Well, that's all right, of course.
Good.
But doesn't anyone ever come here?
One or two of my friends come here. I do their hair for them. What's wrong in that?
And they never pay you for it?
Look, what is this? The bloody Gestapo or something?
No, I don't think so, Mrs.
Look, I
West.
don't like being spied on. I don't like it that people watch what I do, then report back to you, and you take notice of what people say.
In this instance, I have to.
If you want to chuck someone, I'll get rid of that old rat, Mrs. Beale. She causes more trouble than the rest of us sailors put together.
Mrs. West, there's really no need for you to get so upset about all this. It's really quite simple. If you're breaking the terms of our agreement, I'm afraid you must stop at once.
If it's causing trouble, I'll tell my friends not to come here anymore. I'll wake.
Don't worry, I'll answer it. I'm going down anyway.
Thank you.
If it's one of your friends, there's no need to send them away, but no more. Right? Right.
Oh, God.
Carol, whatever's the matter? What's happened, darling? Oh, come on now, come on. There's a good girl. Come on, here, listen. Give over. You'll be drowning the two of us in a minute. Come on, where's my sunshine girl? Now, where's your hanky?
I haven't got a hanky.
Oh, just a minute. I've got a tissue here. There you are. Now have a good blow. And just you sit down. Come on. Sit down and I'll make you a nice cup of tea.
Can't they boil?
Alice had a breakfast?
No, but it's all ready.
Now don't you worry. You just leave everything to me. Don't be too ticked. There we are. How's that for quick service? Now then, what's all this about?
Mrs. Singer's just been about me doing my hairdressing. She says that if I don't pack in, then we'll have to go.
I don't see why that should upset you.
Bet that old cow Beale told her.
What does it matter who it was? You won't be going on with it anyway if you're going up to Scotland.
I don't know that I am going.
Oh, Carol, don't tell me you've changed your mind again.
Didn't have much choice.
And Ian's dead keen to go. He told me himself when I brought the money round. You got it all right, did you?
Yes, thanks. Mum, did he say anything else?
Nothing much. You know Ian. You grumbled a bit first because you talked it over with me. But mostly how chuffed he was that you decided to go.
Is that all?
Look, love, I can't remember every single word he said.
He didn't say nothing about Shirley?
No. No, her name wasn't even mentioned. Oh, and I didn't tell him what was in the envelope. Not a word.
Well, she's what the trouble's about.
What, Shirley?
Yeah. It seems that she and Ian had it off.
Oh, never. No, I can't believe that, love. Not after the way he was talking yesterday.
I'm sure it's true.
You mean they've gone off together?
I don't know. Shirley left and then I chucked Ian out.
Well, where is he now? That little bitch.
I'm sorry the place is a bit of a mess.
Bit of a mess? You look as if you've been under siege for a week.
Well, I didn't know you were going to call round at the crack of dawn.
Well, here I am. What's it all about?
I'll make you a cup of coffee.
You didn't ask me here to make me coffee.
All right. I've lost my job.
I see. I'm sorry, Dad.
I've been chasing after some others, but I haven't got them, I'm afraid. And, well, I wondered...
Go on.
Well, Helen, you said if I ever needed help, I was to say so.
What do you want me to do?
Well, I wondered if you'd let me have a small loan for a week or two till I find something.
Yes, of course. I'll write you a cheque now.
Well, a cheque's no use to me, I'm afraid. I don't have a bank account anymore.
Why not?
Well, it seems I can't be trusted with one. I might draw all the money out. Oh, Nina's housekeeping money for the boys and... Oh, who am I kidding? I have done.
What?
Oh, I overdrew on our joint account. Wildly. Signed cheques in pubs. Great number of cheques in a great number of pubs. And then Nina had to bail me out of a police station.
Dad.
But I'm sorry to burden you with all my troubles.
I'm your daughter. When I said I wanted to help, I wasn't thinking of lending you a few quid. I meant something constructive. Something that could really help you to cope. Oh, come and stay with me, Dad, for as long as you like.
No, I couldn't inflict that on you. If Nina couldn't take it, why should you?
But wouldn't it be a help? If you had work that really interested you.
I know you mean to help, Helen, but you're being about as realistic as thinking that I might run in the Olympics.
No. Your legs aren't long enough.
No.
But you could help me run the business.
The shop, you mean?
Yes.
I don't know anything about antiques.
Well, nor did I when I started.
But an antique shop full of breakables. I was nervous just walking through when I came to stay.
Having you working with me would do the business a tremendous amount of good. It would free me to go to sales, auctions, develop my export side.
My little girl's grown up into quite a wheeler dealer, hasn't she?
Well, I had to grow up into something, didn't I?
That sounds bitter.
When Mother died and I came to live with you and Nina, I felt pretty lost. I looked on Nina as an intruder. Oh, to be honest, I hated her. I used to lay in bed at night sometimes and pray that she'd die. Nasty little girl I was. But I wanted you to myself.
Oh, Helen.
And then more competition arrived. Fortunately for me, they were all boys. That's when I learnt the magic trick. Started playing on my femininity. Daddy's little girl. Gotcha. Every time. But it couldn't go on forever. Though I tried hard enough to make it. At 20, you can't still be playing round and round the garden.
Like a teddy bear.
Then you seemed to turn right away from me. I think I understand why now. You were getting unhooked from me and everything else and hooked onto a bottle.
Were you very hurt?
Yes, I was. Mostly, I think, because I didn't understand. Then I met Adam.
You loved him. You were happy.
Yes. Missed out on that one too, though, didn't I? He died.
There's lots of time. You're young.
Look, at the moment, work really means a lot to me. It could to you, couldn't it?
Helen, you know what I am. You know what you'll be taking on?
Yes, I know what you are. Don't decide now. Think about it. I tell you what, I'm going to a sale today in Twickenham. It's quite a big one. There'll be lots of interesting stuff. Come with me. See what it's like. Then afterwards we can have lunch in a pub by the river.
You take me to a pub?
Why not? It's a nice day. We can sit outside, have a sandwich, lemonade. check through the catalogue, see what bargains we've missed. All right?
Oh, I could... All right.
Morning, Ian.
Morning.
Hard day's night.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, you're the only fella I know who can come home with the milk with a clear conscience.
Hello?
Hello, Ian.
Yeah. This is for you. How's my little girl then, eh? Miss me, did you? I'd like to speak to Carol alone.
Don't go, Mum.
Look, what you and I have got to say has got nothing to do with your mother.
We've got nothing to say.
Yes, we have, Carol.
You think you can piss off without a word, then come walking back in here when you feel like it and start telling me what to do?
Look, it was you who chucked me out.
And I had good reason, didn't I?
I really think I ought to go.
Yeah, for once I agree with
No,
you.
I want you to stay. If anyone should go, it should be him.
Yeah, I will. When I've said what I've come here to say.
Well, say then. Mum knows what you've been up to.
Oh, yeah, of course. By the time you two are finished with me, I've committed the crime of the century and hanging's too good for me, isn't it, eh?
If I hadn't have come round this morning, I wouldn't have known anything about it.
Yeah, well, you've made up for lost time, haven't you, eh?
Do you have to talk like that?
Well, how would you talk, eh? The two of you ganging up on me. What chance have I got to put my side of
Do
things?
me a favour. You haven't got a side. Having it off with my so-called best friend.
If you just listen...
To what? More bloody lies.
Well, if that's what you want to think. You know what you can do.
You know, Carol, I think perhaps you should have let him have his say. Would have been interesting. I can generally tell a lie when I hear one.
Yeah, well, that's probably what you would have heard.
What on earth's that?
Cactus.
Funny sort of peace offering, I must say.
I had no idea there could be so much excitement behind a bland poster advertising a sale of contents from a Victorian house in Twickenham.
I'd never have discovered this sketch for what it is on my
Well,
own.
I only said I think it's a sicket. I'm not sure.
Well, it's worth a gamble at that price.
I feel a bit guilty about these books, though. You really should have examined them more thoroughly.
I didn't have to buy them.
I pushed you into it.
Nobody pushes me, Dad. Not anymore.
You're only saying that to make me feel better because I'll probably have to live off you for a while.
It's a deal, then?
Yes. Only hope I don't let you down.
Oh, you're bound to make a few mistakes to start with.
Now, you know that's not what I mean. You haven't seen me when things are really bad.
I've seen a lot worse than that. I've seen someone I loved die of leukemia. There's no hope for him. There is for you.
Oh. I only wish I could stop altogether.
There's probably a branch of AA in Amersham.
We shall have to see, won't we?
Oh, Dad. So far as I'm concerned, you're not on probation. I won't care for you any less drunk or sober. Perhaps then some of the tensions might be lifted.
Oh, I hope you're right.
If Nina sees that you've really got things under control, she'd be prepared to give it another try.
She might. She really might.
You've got to look at it from Mrs. Singer's point of view. That's one thing she's very strict about. No business on the premises. Well, you and your wife must have known about the rule. Everybody else does. Of course, it's nothing to do with me. I'm just trying to help.
Finished? You did all right out of it, didn't you? Got your hair done for free. Hello.
Hello.
I've just run into Mrs. Beale. Has she been going on to Mrs. Singer about you doing hairdressing here?
Yeah, miserable old cow. One of these days, someone's going to shut her up for good.
Be no great loss.
After getting me to perm her nasty, wiry old hair and all.
Look, Carol.
Do you want a cup of tea?
No, I don't want no tea. I want to talk. Now, listen, don't you think perhaps we got a bit worked up about this? You think perhaps we should come to our senses and see how stupid the whole thing is?
Maybe I'm peculiar, but the thought of my husband having it off with my best friend doesn't exactly seem stupid to me.
We've got to get a few things straight. Now, you're married to a normal, average, oversexed bloke who loves you very much, but doesn't walk around with his eyes closed.
What?
I'm trying to be honest with you. Now, under normal circumstances, I would have looked at Shirley and thought, yeah, very nice, and left it at that. But as it was, the way things happened, the way we were thrown together, and...
So you did?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Oh, God, it's so sordid.
Look, I'm not very proud of it, but I'm not going to feel guilty about it either. In itself, it is not important. What is important is why it happened at all. Now, look, will you stop mucking about with that bloody kettle and listen to me?
I am listening.
Do you remember what we were doing when we first met?
You know what we was doing?
I want you to tell me.
I was doing hairdressing and you were playing bass guitar with a group.
Yeah, right. And what we doing now? You're doing your hairdressing and I'm working in a bloody bakery.
Well, that's not my fault.
I didn't say it was. All I'm trying to say is, have you once thought about the situation since you started working again?
Of course I have.
Put yourself in my shoes, have you? Imagine what it's like for me, not only doing a job I despise instead of the work I really care about, but being treated like a piece of the furniture into the bargain.
Ian, I started working again to get us a bit of extra money.
Yeah, it may have started like that, but it turned into a bit of an ego trip, didn't it?
Oh, that's funny. I was under the impression that you come here to apologise to me and all of a sudden you've changed
I
the
don't
whole
want
thing
no
round.
apologies, and I'm not giving none either. All I'm trying to find out is, have we got a marriage or haven't we? Are we partners or not?
Well, I thought we were, till this happened.
Don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I think I do. You want me to forget about you and Shirley and come with you on the next train up to Scotland as if nothing had happened.
It's not like that. All I'm trying to say is, how about pulling in the same direction instead of opposites all the time? Now look, before all this rubbish about Shirley...
Rubbish?
Before all this happened with Shirley, you were going to come to Scotland with me. The job on the old rig's still there if I want it. Now look, it'll be a new place, a new job, a new start.
God, it sounds so easy, doesn't it?
I never said it would be.
Not now.
Why not?
Not like this.
It doesn't have to be like
but
this.
It is! It bloody well is! I'm moving out. And I'm taking Alison with me.
Well, you better get on with it, hadn't you?
I've had enough, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Like them upstairs. With strangers coming to the house all hours, him out all night.
Oh, come off it, Mrs. Beale. That's his job.
Hello, Ian. Everything all right now?
Yeah. Fine.
No.
Hello.
No. See that? Tramping up and down the stairs. It's like Piccadilly Circus.
Hello. I just bumped into Ian. And I brought you something decent to eat. Because you're not eating properly. And I can tell just by looking at you. It won't do, you know. You must keep your strength up. For Alison, if not for yourself. There's oranges, apples, bit of best butter, couple of nice lamb chops, lovely cauliflower, it's a dreadful price, but never mind, and a bit of best mince. And here, now, I want you to take this. It'll give you extra nourishment. It's full of vitamins, proteins, everything.
Thanks, Mum.
Now, you will take it, won't you? Hmm? Because I'm worried about you, Carol. I really am. Well?
You might just as well put all them things back in the box.
Why?
Because we're moving out, me and Alison.
You're moving out? For good, you mean? Why? What's happened? So it was true about him and Shirley?
Yeah.
Typical. Well, would you like to come back and stay for a bit? I'll take Alison off your hands and give you a bit of a rest.
Yeah, thanks. Just for a bit.
I never should have let you marry him in the first place. You could have had the baby if that was what you wanted. We could have looked after her between us. You never would have had all this.
Yeah, well, I got it now, haven't I?
Carol?
Jim, come in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I intruding?
No, it's all right. You haven't met my mother, have you?
Oh, how do you do?
How'd you do?
This is Jim. Jim Wilson.
Excuse me. I'm just going to ring your dad and get him to fetch the taxi.
Yeah, okay.
Nice to have met you.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You going somewhere?
Yes. I'm leaving, Carol.
For good?
Yes?
Today? Now?
No, I only just came in to say goodbye. For the time being, anyway.
Where you going then? You got a job?
More than just a job. Whole new career. Whole new way of life.
That's great. What doing?
Well, my daughter's in the antique business. She's asked me to go into partnership with her.
That's terrific. She's got a shop, hasn't she?
Oh, yes. Prints, drawings, paintings, rare books, of course. First editions.
It's just your thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I'm very glad for you, Jim.
Still can't believe it's true. More than I deserve, anyway.
You're going to be living with your daughter.
For the time being. Well, she's on her own.
I shall miss you.
Oh, we'll keep in touch, Carol.
Yeah, of course we will.
Look, I'll give you my address. Eh? And then, when you're settled in Scotland, you can write and give me yours.
If I go?
I thought it was all settled.
Well, something's happened. Well, there's no point in going off to live in the back of beyond with someone unless you're absolutely sure about him, is there?
I really think you should go, Carol.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look, you must know about it. Ian and Shirley, I mean.
No, I know nothing, Carol.
Oh, why do men always stick together?
Look, just don't be hasty, eh?
Well, it's something I've got to sort out for myself, innit?
Yes, I'm afraid we all have to make our own decisions in the end. Oh, would you be kind enough to give this envelope to Mrs. Singer? It's my rent and an explanation.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I love you and leave you. I'll write and give you all my news, and I expect you to do the same.
Yeah, I will.
You look after yourself.
I hope everything works out for you, Jim.
Thanks. Oh, a little parting gift. It's a bit battered, I'm afraid. I carried it around with me for years. But it's a great book. Poetry. I'd like you to have it. Sweet meeting, by sad parting to renew. Tomorrow to fresh woods and pastures new.
Thank you.